Alright, so are we live? Looks like we are. Wicked. So today I'm going to be showing you how to install Windows Server 2019. This is a live video and I did it just for a muck around before so I know it works. So basically I'm doing it in a virtual machine. If you don't know what a virtual machine is or how to use it, I've got other videos on doing that stuff. But basically I'm just going to go new virtual machine, next, server 2016 test. Yeah, that'll be right. 8. It's a weird amount of RAM, but anyway. Might do that network so it's not connected to anything. And I want to use an image. So I've pre-downloaded this ISO, which you can get the evaluation version of Windows Server 2016 if you want to use it. 2019, sorry. I've written 2016. Anyway, it's still going to be 2019, so it doesn't really matter. So let's fire it up. So this should boot to the install media. If it actually works, it should have booted by now. There we go. So now we're firing up. Just make that full screen for fun. Alright, so I'm going to set the language to English. We're going to put this to English Australia because that's where I am. And I'm going to install it. So now I'm installing this on an SSD because it makes it a lot better for me. I'm just going to do the desktop experience. If you don't pick the desktop experience, it will go to a server core. So just be aware of that before you pick. If you want a GUI, you need that. So I accept. We're going to use this unallocated space. And now it's going to take a little while. This shouldn't be too long because it is on an SSD which hasn't got me OS or anything like that. So hopefully it goes reasonably quick. While that's doing that though, what I'll do is I'll show you where to download it from. So if you type into Google Windows Server 2019, well, I didn't have my numlock on. Evaluation download. This should take you to link. This one. So see, that's pumping along 25%. So here we go. This takes you to the evaluation center, and you can download a bunch of different things. Here's Windows Server 2019. You get 180-day trials. So for testing and learning and all that sort of stuff, it's pretty good. 180 days is plenty. If you can't test it out and learn a fair bit about Windows Server in 180 days, well, you can delete it and try again. Start just install another one. It's good practice installing it over and over again anyway. What else have they got here anyway? So they got Hyper-V server as well. Oop. And Server 2019 Essentials. So that's good for small business, the Essentials version. I haven't actually installed 2019 Essentials yet, but that is on my list to do. I've installed the 2019 version, but you know, you get that. So let's see, halfway through. What's going to happen here? Seems to have paused a little. Oh no, it's still going. So what I should have done too is, if you don't know, which I didn't do, is I should have allocated more cores to this, which I can't do while it's on. So when it actually finishes this, I might turn it off, allocate more cores to it, and then turn it back on. If you're doing that in a live environment though, be careful, because you've got to sort of time it right. You've got to do it as it's rebooting, but not as it's starting to do its configuration stuff. Just if you turn it off while it's halfway through doing this stuff, you got to start again from, which is pretty annoying. Well, I don't like it anyway. Some people might like starting again from the start, but not me. Alright, so here we go, installing updates. Once that gets to finishing up, I will click it. Alright, so I'm going to just power it off quickly. Turn off, because it's going to reboot anyway. And I'm going to increase my virtual processors. I'm going to give it 8. Why not? Okay, now we'll start it back up. Hopefully this stream isn't too bad. I've got a thing saying bad stream health, which is no good. So that also, I won't need that CD anymore. So it's loading up. Seems to be taking a little while. Here we go, we're getting some response. CPU's not too high. That's looking better. Alright, so it's rebooting again. I wonder if, see how that says the CD thing? I'm just going to remove that CD. So then next time it reboots, it doesn't ask me again. It's just a waste of my time. and probably yours if you're sitting here watching the screen spin around. Alright, so now we come up with the password. So put in a password that you won't forget and that they both match. So we finish. So here we go. Oh, Control Alt Delete. So now we're in. Now you notice it looks exactly like Windows 10. So we might just make this a bit bigger. That's not real good. That's better. So now we've got this bigger. So now, the Windows Admin Center. Let's check out the Admin Center. I'm going to stop this from doing that. Alright, so we can download the Admin Center. Let's get it. So if you haven't seen the Admin Center, this is going to show us. Alright, so please note, refer to the license terms. Yeah, why not? Nobody actually reads them, as you should. You should very well read the license terms, but really, who reads that? So, select a port. So it uses port 443. So that's something good to know, because if you want to whack IIS on it and do SSL stuff, that may cause an issue, may not, but it's good to know. So what else looks different here? Do we have our settings? Yep. So I wonder, with this, can we enroll it? That's weird. Can you imagine using a PIN on a server? It's like, what's the password to your server? 1232. That's not my PIN, by the way, but you know. So here we go. Now it's making the SSL. All right. So let's open that URL. That big long thing is probably my computer name. Yes, it is. Get out of that. We'll close that and open again so it stops doing that enhanced security thing. So let's see what the new admin center looks like. Looks like nothing. So why do you reckon that doesn't work? Let's try turning the firewall off. Now this is only for testing, don't actually leave it off in real life. It's a really, really, really bad idea. So that's not it. Let's try checking out the services. So what's this? Windows Admin Center. Windows Admin Center says it's running. Let's try II. Wonder if it needs a reboot. So I'll restart it and see if it goes then. And see, this is one of the best ways to learn. You just do stuff and see what happens. And then if it doesn't work, you find out why. Sounds like common sense, but some people are not like that. So let's do this again. Temporary DNS error. Let's try. That should be like that. This site is not secure. I don't care. Try a different browser. The Windows Admin Center. Well, here's something. The Windows Admin Center doesn't work with Internet Explorer. And Edge isn't on here. Can we install Edge on Windows Server now? Let's try this. Oh. Install Edge. Well, that doesn't show much. Let's try this then. I wonder if from my actual computer, 31. Let's see if we can browse it on here. Alright, here we go. So it looks like it works in Chrome. Welcome to the Admin Center. Alright, so there's something for you. If you're trying to connect to the Admin Center on Internet Explorer while you're actually on the server, no good. So I wonder if we can install Edge on a server. Let's see. So the Windows Admin Center. Okay. Alright. So let's see what we can do here. Administrator. let's try doing this. If we try use the full computer name, we might have more luck. Well, that's not letting us do much, is it? Alright, so you need the full computer name twice. So let's see. That's kind of interesting. So we've got this web portal thing. I wonder if we can actually, what we can do in here. So this is actually pretty cool if you are running server core. Okay. So let's try installing updates. Oh, and I can schedule a restart. Roles and features. So this is actually pretty cool. We could actually install stuff through this web portal. Yeah, let's install .NET. Well, that's interesting. Install print server. So there we go, that's submitted it to do it. Let's see if it pops up in Server Manager now. Well, it doesn't really show us that it's doing anything in there. Now it says it's installed. So let's see if I go add roles and features, it should show that these are, oh yeah, here we go. Didn't install 3.5 though, maybe because 4.7 needs to be installed first. So if I now refresh, that's weird. Install. So we've got a remove option here. Alright. Let's just get something and install it. If we install 7-zip, I wonder if we can just remove it from there. That's weird, download. Okay, so now 7-zip's installed if we refresh this. So let's try removing it. It's still showing there. It still shows as installed. Even though it said successful, it might be because it doesn't know how to do it silently, maybe. It's still showing it. Oh well. And can we get into the registry too? Okay. Check this out. Alright, I actually think this is quite cool. Can we launch a remote desktop session out of this, I wonder? Oh, that may be because remote desktop's not enabled. Let's try. Okay. Apply. Our administrator already has access. So let's see if we reload that. It's not responding. Ah, who cares? Something's gone wrong here. Let's reload the whole thing. Alright. So I got to admit, this Windows Admin Center, I think is actually pretty cool. I wonder if it'll let me do something real silly like so it lets me delete them out of there. I wonder if it lets me delete them out of here. So it would usually say I need permission. So let's see if I can delete that. So that's a little bit dangerous there. You can actually, yeah, it's gone. Actually delete things that you're not meant to delete. Probably not going to be able to reboot this server anymore. Let's see if it'll just, no, so I can't delete program files. No. I think it might have deleted some stuff out of there though. I think it might have too. Isn't that funny? It's cool that you can actually see the recycle bin. I've deleted the recycle bin now. Will it let me delete my page file? Nah. That's funny as. If we go back into the Windows folder, I might just delete something else funny like tasks. So it's not letting us delete everything, it's letting us delete some things though. Isn't that funny? That actually lets you delete more than you can out of the GUI. So it must have higher level privilege than you normally would have. So we've got this over here with our little errors and stuff. It's quite cool. So let's see if I go back to remote desktop again. No, so that sort of kills it, I think. Something happens with the remote desktop that then kills the session. Oh well. So, add roles and features still looks the same. This may really not like it because we deleted some folders that we weren't meant to delete as well. So I may have broke this server, which doesn't really matter because, you know, it's only a test one. Oh, here we go. So we've got this device health attestation. I don't know what that is. That looks new. It might not be new, I might just be dreaming. So something to do with MDM. They're all the same. So this is the host guardian service, which I think they had in 2012 R2, but it's something around protecting VMs. NPS, that was already there. Cool. So we've got containers still. So we can add PowerShell 2 if we want to. Windows subsystem for Linux. That sounds interesting. Now, I'm not sure if this has so we've got server migration tools. Now I wonder if we can add the essential stuff to this. Can't see it anywhere. Ah. Okay, so there's no Essentials experience role anymore. Well, that makes sense why we can't find it. So for the Essentials, it will be through this thing. Alright, well anyway, that's me done for testing this stuff out. So yeah, if you do want to get a copy of it, just head over to the Evaluation Center. Something I would say though is if you're going to be doing this a bit, get an SSD to put your storage on. So like my storage here, I've got my VMs on a dedicated drive anyway. All my VM storage is on dedicated SSD, and also get plenty of RAM. Like, what do I got nowadays? I've got, I don't know, 24 gig of RAM. So I don't know, I'd say get at least, 16, so then you can allocate 4 or 8 to a VM, and if you want a couple of VMs, you can. I've got a few, I can run like 6 at a time if I want to. Anyway, have a nice day, and I'll see you later.